A new monk came up to the master Joshu. "I have just entered the Brotherhood and I am anxious to learn the first principle of Zen," he said. "Will you please teach it to me?" Joshu said. "Have you eaten your supper?" The novice answered, "I have eaten." Joshu said, "Now wash your bowl." Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled between lush green hills, there lived a young boy named Raj. Raj had always dreamt of flying a kite, but he had never had the chance. One sunny morning, as Raj strolled through the village, he noticed a group of children flying colorful kites in a nearby field. His eyes sparkled with excitement, and he knew he had to join them. Approaching the children, Raj asked if he could fly a kite too. The eldest boy, Arjun, handed Raj a beautiful kite and patiently taught him how to hold the string, feel the wind, and let the kite dance in the sky. As Raj flew the kite higher and higher, he felt a sense of exhilaration he had never experienced before. But then, disaster struck. A sudden gust of wind tore the string from his grasp, and the kite soared away into the distance. Raj's heart sank as he watched his cherished kite disappear into the horizon. But just then, a wise old man named Buddha, who had been observing from a distance, approached him. Buddha placed a comforting hand on Raj's shoulder and said, "Sometimes we must let go of what we love, trusting that it will find its own path." With Buddha's words echoing in his mind, Raj decided to try again. This time, he crafted a new kite with even more care and attention to detail. As he flew his kite once more, Raj realized that the true joy wasn't just in holding onto the kite, but in the experience of flying it, letting it dance freely in the wind. Through the simple act of flying a kite and the wisdom shared by Buddha, Raj learned a valuable lesson about the art of letting go. He understood that in life, we often hold on to things too tightly, afraid to lose them. But just like the kite, sometimes we need to release our grip and trust in the journey. As the sun began to set, Raj returned home with a smile on his face and a newfound sense of freedom in his heart. And from that day forward, whenever he saw a kite soaring high in the sky, he was reminded of the beauty of letting go and allowing life to unfold as it may. And as for Buddha, his presence left an indelible mark on Raj's heart, guiding him on his journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. Have you ever wished you knew the secret to attracting good luck into your life? Well, today I'm going to share with you a story that just might hold the key to unlocking that secret. It's a tale of mystery, wisdom, and the power of positive energy. So sit back, relax, and prepare to discover the legend of the lucky stone. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled among rolling hills, there lived a young man named Tenzin. Tenzin was known for his kind heart and unwavering belief in the power of positivity. One day, while wandering through the forest, he stumbled upon an old monk sitting beneath a towering oak tree. Intrigued, Tenzin approached the monk and asked, "What is the secret to living a life filled with good fortune?" The monk smiled knowingly and handed Tenzin a small, smooth stone. "This, my child, is the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe," he whispered. "Keep it close to you, and all your dreams will come true." With a sense of excitement and curiosity, Tenzin accepted the stone and thanked the monk. That night, before drifting off to sleep, he placed the stone beneath his pillow, eager to see what wonders it might bring. The next morning, Tenzin awoke to the gentle rays of the sun filtering through his window. He felt a sense of calm wash over him, as if the worries of the world had melted away overnight. From that day forward, Tenzin carried the stone with him wherever he went. He slipped it into his pocket each morning before embarking on his daily adventures, believing wholeheartedly in its power to attract good luck and repel misfortune. And as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Tenzin's life began to change in remarkable ways. Opportunities seemed to present themselves at every turn, and obstacles that once stood in his path simply vanished into thin air. So, what is the lesson we can learn from the legend of the lucky stone? It's not just about carrying around a magical object, hoping it will bring us good luck. Instead, it's about cultivating a positive mindset, believing in ourselves, and embracing the power of positivity to create the life we desire. As Tenzin discovered, the true magic lies within us all. In a tranquil monastery nestled amidst verdant hills, a young monk named Yong approached his wise master, Elder Zhou, with a burning question. "Master," Yong asked earnestly, "what is happiness?" Elder Zhou, with a serene smile, beckoned Yong to follow him to a nearby lotus pond. As they walked, the master began to weave a tale. "Once, there lived a humble farmer named Li," Elder Zhou began. "Though Li possessed little in material wealth, he found joy in the simple pleasures of life, the warmth of the sun on his face, the laughter of his children, and the fragrance of blooming flowers." Yong listened intently as the master continued. One day, a wealthy merchant passed through the village, boasting of his grand possessions and opulent lifestyle. Intrigued, Li approached the merchant and asked, "Sir, are you happy?" The merchant, with a haughty laugh, replied, "Of course. With my wealth and status, happiness is mine to command." Undeterred, Li invited the merchant, join him for a stroll by the lotus pond. As they gazed upon the tranquil waters, Elder Zhou recounted, Li pointed to a single lotus flower, its delicate petals bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. "Tell me, merchant," Li asked, "are you as content as this lotus flower, which asks for nothing more than the gentle kiss of sunlight and the nourishment of the earth?" The merchant fell silent, his gaze lingering on the serene beauty of the lotus pond. In that moment, Elder Zhou concluded, the merchant realized that true happiness cannot be bought or possessed. It resides not in the accumulation of wealth, but in the simple joys of life, love, kindness, and contentment. Yong nodded, a newfound understanding dawning within him. As he watched the lotus flowers sway in the gentle breeze, he realized that happiness, like the blossoms in the pond, blooms from within the heart. And so, dear listener, let us remember the timeless wisdom of Elder Zhou's tale, and seek happiness not in the pursuit of riches, but in the beauty of the present moment and the warmth of human connection. Once, in a serene Zen monastery nestled deep within the lush greenery of the mountains, there lived a revered Zen master with his devoted disciples. Despite the master's teachings on mindfulness and inner peace, the disciples often found themselves entangled in the web of gossip and idle chatter. One day, the master, observing the discord among his disciples, called them together and proposed a resolution to curb their habit of gossiping. Each disciple was to come up with their own idea for a resolution, with the promise that the master would choose the best one. Eager to impress their master, the disciples fervently brainstormed various solutions. One disciple suggested strict rules and punishments for those caught gossiping, while another proposed regular confession sessions to cleanse the mind. However, one disciple, known for his quiet demeanor and introspective nature, remained silent. When the master inquired about his resolution, the silent disciple simply smiled and said, "Master, I will stay silent." Intrigued by this response, the master nodded in approval and instructed the disciple to spend the next few days in complete silence, observing his thoughts without uttering a word. The disciple obeyed, retreating into the depths of the forest to meditate in solitude. Alone with his thoughts, he realized the incessant chatter of his mind, constantly weaving tales of judgment and speculation. Yet, as he remained silent, he found that the grip of these mental murmurs began to loosen. Days turned into weeks, and the disciple emerged from his silent retreat with a newfound clarity. Returning to the monastery, he shared his experience with the other disciples, emphasizing the profound peace that arises from silencing the mind's incessant chatter. Inspired by their companion's revelation, the disciples embraced the practice of silence, cultivating inner stillness amidst the chaos of daily life. As they let go of gossip and idle chatter, they discovered a deeper connection with themselves and each other, embodying the true essence of Zen teachings. And so, the monastery became a haven of tranquility, where the gentle rustle of leaves and the soft whispers of nature replaced the noisy gossip of the mind. Through the silent resolve of one disciple, they learned the invaluable lesson that true peace can only be found by quieting the incessant mutterings of the mind. Welcome to our journey into the world of Zen philosophy, where timeless wisdom meets everyday life. Today, we'll explore the profound teachings hidden within the simple yet captivating story of a cup of tea. In the midst of bustling Japan during the Meiji era, there lived a wise Zen master named Nanin. One day, a curious university professor sought his guidance, eager to understand the essence of Zen. As the professor entered Nanin's humble abode, he was greeted with the aroma of freshly brewed tea. Nanin, with graceful movements, poured the professor a cup of tea. But he didn't stop pouring even when the cup was full, and tea began to overflow onto the table. The professor, astonished, exclaimed, "It is overfull! No more will go in!" With a serene smile, Nanin replied, "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" This seemingly simple exchange holds profound lessons for us all. Just as the professor's cup overflowed with tea, our minds are often overflowing with preconceived notions, beliefs, and judgments, leaving no room for new insights and understanding. Zen teaches us the importance of cultivating an open mind and letting go of our attachment to fixed ideas. Only by emptying our cup of ego-driven thoughts can we truly embrace the wisdom of the present moment. So, as we navigate the complexities of life, let us remember the wisdom of Nanin's words. Empty your cup. Embrace the journey of continuous learning, unburdened by the weight of assumptions, and discover the boundless potential that lies within each moment. Join me on this journey of self-discovery and enlightenment as we delve deeper into the teachings of Zen. Remember, the path to wisdom begins with a humble cup of tea. In the heart of a bustling city, there stood a temple renowned for its beauty and tranquility. Legends whispered of its sacred gates, said to be the very portals to paradise. One day, a humble artist received a divine commission to paint the gates of this revered temple. Excited yet daunted, he embarked on his journey, seeking to capture the essence of paradise. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as the artist poured his heart and soul into his masterpiece. But when he presented his work to the temple's abbot, his heart sank at the abbot's harsh words. "This does not depict the true gates of paradise," the abbot declared, leaving the artist crestfallen and confused. With renewed determination, the artist returned to his studio. Night after night, he labored tirelessly, delving deep into his soul to unearth the true essence of paradise. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the artist emerged with his new creation, a masterpiece born from the depths of his being. As the abbot beheld the painting, a silence descended upon the temple. Tears welled in his eyes as he realized the truth at paradise resided not in the strokes of a brush, but in the purity of one's heart. And so, the gates of paradise were unveiled, not in stone or wood, but in the boundless depths of human spirit. Remember, dear friends, that true paradise lies within, a sanctuary of peace and beauty waiting to be discovered. With every brushstroke of kindness and every canvas of compassion, in the heart of a bustling city, amidst the chaos of everyday life, there lived a young woman named May. Though outwardly successful, May carried within her a heavy burden, the weight of expectations, the fear of failure, and the ache of loneliness. Struggling to find solace amidst the noise and distractions of the city, May sought refuge in a nearby Zen garden. There, under the shade of a cherry blossom tree, she met an elderly monk named Master Hoshi. Master Hoshi: "Welcome, young one. What troubles your heart?" May: "I feel lost, Master. My mind is clouded by worries and doubts." Master Hoshi listened patiently as May poured out her troubles, her voice trembling with emotion. With a gentle smile, he beckoned her to join him in meditation by the tranquil pond. As May closed her eyes and focused on her breath, she felt the weight of her worries begin to lift. In the stillness of the moment, she discovered a sense of peace she had long been searching for. Master Hoshi: "In the stillness of the present moment, there is no past to regret and no future to fear. Embrace the silence within, and you will find the answers you seek." With Master Hoshi's guidance, May learned to let go of her attachment to outcomes and surrender to the flow of life. She found strength in stillness and resilience in acceptance. And so, dear listeners, in the silence of our hearts, we can find the courage to face life's challenges.
Once upon a time, in a village nestled among the mountains, there lived a young monk named Koji. Now, Koji was no ordinary monk. He possessed a mind as sharp as a sword and a wit as quick as lightning. But despite his remarkable intellect, Koji found himself plagued by a persistent problem: overthinking. One fine day, as Koji wandered through the forest, lost in a labyrinth of his own thoughts, he stumbled upon an old Zen master seated serenely by a tranquil stream. Intrigued by the sight, Koji approached the master with a mixture of curiosity and trepidation. "Master," Koji began, "I am troubled by overthinking. My mind is like a tangled ball of yarn, and I cannot seem to find peace." The master, with a twinkle in his eye, motioned for Koji to join him by the stream. Together, they sat in silence, the only sound the gentle murmur of the water flowing over smooth stones. "Young Koji," the master said, "what do you see?" Koji furrowed his brow, his analytical mind kicking into gear. "I see the water," he replied, "and the way it moves over the rocks." The master nodded sagely. "And what do you hear?" Koji strained his ears, listening intently to the soothing melody of the stream. "I hear the sound of water," he answered, "and the rustle of leaves in the breeze." The master smiled, a knowing glint in his eyes. "But do you hear the water overthinking?" he asked, his voice soft as a whisper. "Do you hear the stream worrying about its next course or fretting over its past?" Koji was taken aback by the question, his mind buzzing with confusion. "No, master," he admitted. "The stream simply flows, without hesitation or doubt." The master placed a comforting hand on Koji's shoulder. "Just as the stream flows effortlessly," he said, his voice as gentle as the breeze, "so too must you learn to let your thoughts flow freely. Do not get caught up in the tangled web of overthinking. Instead, Allow your mind to flow like the stream, embracing each moment with clarity and presence. With these words, Koji felt a weight lift from his weary shoulders. From that day forward, whenever he felt the tendrils of overthinking creeping in, he would remember the lesson of the stream and allow his mind to flow freely, finding peace in the simple act of being.